Okay. Hello, everyone. Let's just get started. I think the ad might still be going, but I I was having a hell of a time getting the internet to cooperate today. So that's why we started a little late. I apologize for that. Today we don't have a whole lot left of Vivi. So we're just gonna finish him up, finish his coat, and then we're gonna start Turgle, which is a character from Star Wars Visions. Or Star Wars Jedi, one of those. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Star Wars Visions, what how the other little Star Wars guy I made from. But yes, the boy, here he is. He only has the sleeves of his coat, but otherwise he's done. We have him's floppy little hat, got his pants, got his little hands, got his little face. So let's start working on the coat, shall we? He's got kind of a weird, well, not weird, it's just kind of different coat going on. So I wanted to be able to sketch it. Like his collar, to just be able to freehand that. Get this? Yes. This is my little ruler. It's usually for like seams and stuff, which is why it's like this. But it's just like the smallest ruler that I have. We'll make it 3 inches long so that it can go over his shoulders. Oh, come on, dog camera. You were working just fine before. 1 second. There you go. Also, we're listening to Final Fantasy VII because we listened to FF9 last time. There he is. Yeah. No, but it's still frozen. Why is it still frozen? It's just frozen on him. Can we see? Yes, now we can. Okay. Yes. Okay. Or did it freeze again? It's fine. It's fine, and it's fine. And it's so incredibly fine. We have some dropped frames. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. The internet's not really cooperating today. And I'm having some anxiety about it. One more time. One more time. One more time. Okay, I think that's working. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's continue. Alright. Make this about long. This is it'll be fine. This goes like a continuous thing backwards. That? It should be wider. It's fine if it's wider. Yeah. Sorry, I do in fact get stressed out very, very easily, so it's like any issue with the stream can cause issues with me. But we're just gonna make it work. Fine. And the reason we do this with paper first is so that we don't waste, it's so that we don't waste the felt. Oh. Death will not defeat me. Internet problems might, but we are sure as hell gonna try. Let's go out like that. I am still gonna make this wider. Hope everybody is doing well today. Sort of rainy afternoon. I don't know what the ads were doing. But the less we think about it, the less stressed out we'll be. Yes. That works. Oh. That's good. Glad you didn't get hit with ads. Can't tell if this is actually helping or not. Frame. To almost touching them. Yeah, like so. Okay. And the back panel, 2 different colors. So does need to be wider than these 2 combined. Go out like this. I make my supposed to go. I see what I'm doing. I see what I'm doing. These tails are not as long as the rest of the coat starts here. I think. Uh, thinking I'll just fold this in half and then try to make it. So, like this. This is just like so incredibly not an exact science. Alright, the dog cam froze again, but that's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it anymore. The fact that the stream is running at all is fine. Yeah, fine. Is that about right? It's kind of a panel. It needs to be wider. It needs to be wider, but it needs to be wider and it needs to be shorter. My hands are shaking. Yeah. I think a wider panel than you think it is. The shoulders are way wider in that art than I'd expect. My memory just goes small. Yeah, I picked this art. It's technically fan art because it has that that thing in the corner. I mean, it's mostly he has it's like kind of shoulder pads, which are hard to make the way that I make things, so I'm not really going to bother with them. We're just gonna get this right, and then we'll worry about the color. We'll be fine. This is why we do this in, this is why we do this on paper first. I think that's okay. I think that's okay. I think that works. Took a couple of iterations, but I think we got there. I'm also just... It's fine. I'm nervous about someone who may show up. But it'll be fine. Hi, cat! Spreading the tears. Oh no, what happened? What were you playing? Or doing? Look at the sun lad, yes! This is Vivi from FF9. Oh, Cage Days. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's the only one. I mean, I know all of them, but that's the only one I ever, like, actually played myself. And boy, oh boy, the end of that game is rough. In terms of, like, how sad it is. Like, what, huh? Huh? Why? Why did you do that to me? No, I get it. That crunchy DS game, it'll hurt your feelings real good. Oh boy. Anyway, yeah, it hurts so bad, parentheses, in a good way. Like, it's also very weird the way it does it, but I'm like, I'm confused, but I'm still crying. You did a good job, I think. Anyway, here's Vivi. Yeah, he's almost done. We were, just making the patterns for his jacket. He's already got his sleeves. His jacket's very difficult to figure out. But I think I've got it. We have the side panels here. The tough part is making it so that you have enough room here. Because if you don't, then it, like, goes too far back. And to connect this here, then you have, like, nothing in the front, and it needs to connect in the front. But I think we've got it wide enough. If you're making patterns, make them wider. Although also you wouldn't be eyeballing patterns if you were, like, actually going for realsies. Now, what we are gonna do, figure out where on his back it is. Yeah. The sort of other one goes here. So I guess we need to cut this in. Yeah, dog cam is broken. I've tried to fix it. It's not really working. But hey, you get to see Ash sleeping. He was there earlier. He is now not there. But it's okay. Because the internet is being difficult right now, and we're just gonna be fine. We also need collar, and I have in fact made like stand-up collars like that before. Him. Because one of the first cosplays that I made had a velvet, I don't know why I decided to make it velvet, cape that had a stand-up collar, and that was a extremely dumb idea, but I thought it came out all right. Making clothes for babies. Babies being Vivi. Also, I should make this longer because we need this to have that. I'm not terribly articulate today. I apologize. Because, you know, if you're going to connect things. A seam allowance, that's what it's called! I know what I'm doing. I'm like a person who sews or whatever. I might keep... No, because that's too small to be a collar anyway. There. This, then let's... The collars are usually... But it goes, like, way around front. I want to measure that. I think we do. Also, hi Malform, hi Conquer, hi Tilligans, Kirlis. Sorry, I was trying to, like, kind of concentrate. Also Dupe, also Cat. Yeah, I think that's everybody. Hello, everybody. Why does your neck? It's actually about 4 inches around. I think we will just make that 4 inches around because it needs to meet in the front like that. Or maybe slightly less. Yeah, like 3 and almost? Something like that. This, and you're going to wait. Go further because you need to angle it out this way too. Like definitely taller than it. I probably could have avoided putting the hat on until later, but he looked a little naked without his hat. Well, that's good. I'm getting better at this. Get the white. Okay, so we have, so far, sides, collar, top of the back panel. We already did the sleeves. That's good. DVD player. I hope it works. If it doesn't, I will just activate it for you. Come on, mix it up. You can do it. It might, here's what I'll do. Try to open it again. I was doing a lot of internet-related turning things on and off and off and on. Yeah, Mix It Up seems to be having a time lately. But I also think that it just wasn't going to work. Let's activate that one manually. As long as I remember where it is. There we go. Yes, also we're making Turgle later. Mostly because, like, I had to check to see if it was actually a meme and not just, like, a character Gam likes. It is in fact a meme. This is a character from Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which is being played at SGDQ, as is FF9, as is Metal Gear Solid 3. That's why we're doing SGDQ prizes. And if it was just Gam, I wouldn't have made it. I probably would have just, like, made one for him and be like, do you want this? I am still going to, when I'm finished with this Turgle, see if I can, hi Meister, message him on Twitch and be like, hey, if I made another one of these, would you take it? I wouldn't make you pay for it. Especially since in my streamer series of stuff that I made when I was bad at making needle felt stuff, he didn't get anything, so. He's got a secure way for me to send it to Australia, I absolutely will. Yeah, if you haven't seen, grab it. Here's Snake. Slash Big Boss. Well, yeah, I was gonna, like, whisper him on Twitch. From MGS3. We made him last week. Got his good old eye patch. He's got a knife in his boot. Got a pack. He's got a delightful ass, which you can't see super well with the fatigues on and the pack here, but it was sculpted very lovingly. He's living up with Onsta right now. I always lovingly sculpt the ass. Vivi is, however, a child, so he does not have much of an ass. He just has, like, you know, requisite, normal, human-shaped character amount of ass. For reference, Ash is now back on the chair. He is facing the other direction, but he is still here. And he loves each and every one of you, which I know because he loves everyone. And if you give him attention, he will love you forever. Wait a second. This is just the exact... This is exactly the right thing for the little guy. For the little... Wow, dreams do come true. Oh my gosh. For his little crap in the back there. Alright. Now. Also, I'm so sorry about the camera. This stream is unfortunately going to be slightly scuffed. Because the internet gods said so. Ashishi, Irla says that they love you. Isn't that nice? He looked up and blinked. Organized stuff here. Okay, now for the actual felting part. Streamer, you've been streaming for half an hour and there's been no felting happening. You've just been cutting pieces out. That's not what I pay for. Okay, well, we did the dumb thing of being like, what if I just... Come on, man. Good. That. I don't know if I've actually done... If I have, it's been a while. Done one of these where it's like two colors that just are kind of in panels like this, where I have to do sort of a seam allowance. I know I want to make an ocelot real bad. I might. We're on a good pace. The stuff's due. Prize submissions close on June 16th, and we are like way ahead of schedule. And I don't have any other orders right now. So I might make an ocelot and just keep him. Or sell him. It would be baby ocelot to go with Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake. I mean, if I was gonna do that, I would need to make my beloved Kazuhira Miller. And that would be, oh, so difficult, and oh no, I wouldn't want to do that. I have emotions about that character. I just think it's neat that it's a character who's been betrayed many times and has never felt like he fits in anywhere, and yet he persists. But he also has a flop era. Is that how we want to do this? I could do it. Okay. I just think Master Miller is neat. Me too. I think I'm doing this Steam allowance thing mostly because this white is more dense and it's more difficult to work with. So you need to like really get this on there. I can't quite use the same like just putting them next to each other and praying that I do with the other ones. That look good? Yes, I'll trim this. Hey, dumbass. The reason why you don't do that is because that. But hey, that actually looks alright. Showing the birthday? Yes, he did. Slightly less homoerotic than I would like, but you know, we'll take it. Gonna be okay on the other side? I think so. Yeah, I think that's alright. But also, they'd be a bonded pair and shouldn't be separated, but you'd have to separate them so that Snake can be donated for a good cause. Here's the thing, is I might just make a second Snake. Whenever I make something that I don't ship out right away, like if it's a prize for GDQ or something, I end up getting, like, attached to it. Like, I think when I finally sell Dorothea, I'm gonna be really sad, because she's, like, been with me for, like, a year at this point. Not a year, probably, like, 6 months. I remember I was sad to see, some of the last GDQ prizes go. Oh, another raid! Hello! Hello, Cyclone Grim. And traders. We are... Oh, and Spam, hi! This is Vivi. Vivi from Final Fantasy IX. We are making him as a prize for SGDQ. Summer Games Done Quick. And we are currently working on his coat. Yeah, I'm really proud of it so far. I have officially calmed down from, well, calmed down, my hands are still shaking, from, some pre-stream internet issues. But, hey, you know, if I'm not honest about my extremely frustrating to deal with anxiety disorder, then who will be? But yeah, I was sad to see Mooncat go. That one was fun to have. What were the other ones that I had for SGDQ? The Scent doll, the Prize Wizard doll, I didn't have around for very often, or for very long, because I made that thing in like a sprint, sent it off. Any version of Snake and any of his boyfriends. You just have to, it depends on the era as to whether they're boyfriends and whether or not they hate each other. Are they mortal enemies, or are they kissing, or both? The answer depends. I'm ridiculous about that. I am going to, like, actually buy... There's a collection on Steam of MGS 1, 2, and 3, which are probably the only ones that I would actually enjoy playing, and I'm going to play them so that I'm less of a fake fan. Need to feed myself and my cats, but this is very cool. Thank you for coming! Have a happy food. Have a happy cat food. Cat's getting food, not you eating cat food. Although... I have not eaten cat food. I have eaten milk bones. They just sort of taste like dry, flavorless cookies. If they remake FF9 and give it FF7 Remake Rebirth, I'd be upset until I realize I can control Vivi. I would enjoy that just because I watched Tiefling Fen play FF9, or, you know, as much of it as he wanted to play. What is a tin of tuna if not cat food humans can eat? That's also correct, you know? You guys are so smart. I know every snake is different. I don't remember which is which without double checking. Well, this is not the one that's in love with the nerd. That would be his son clone. Fucking Metal Gear. Black Mage Village in HD. The chibi style looks super, super cute. Oh, if I MGS on stream? I might. When I know I shouldn't get hung up on this, but the times that I've played games, I mean, it was just, Ocarina of Time rando. But, like, the viewership was way, way lower. I might. But the other thing about playing... Well, you guys tell me. I would think that the fun part of playing... I'm talking myself out of this as we speak, because I watched Barry play it, and he's already played all the games, is that playing them... is that watching somebody play them is to watch somebody get, baffled by all of the weird twists and stuff. And that's, like, also part of the fun of watching somebody play Kingdom Hearts. Unless they know a ton about it, which is, you know, cat and doom. But if I, like, know everything but just haven't played them, I don't know if that's as interesting. I don't know. Got it. Reactions to everything in 4. Getting a little tour. I think it might be sort of a weird, interesting thing to be like, this person has never played the games before, but knows them. I think if you're enjoying it, it's enjoyable to watch. Yeah. I think I'm just like, I paid attention to analytics until I became affiliate, because I was just like, I need to get 50 followers, and I need to do all this stuff, and oh my god, and like, now I don't really care anymore. Because I'm like, I got my emotes. I got my subs, I'm good. But, like, kinda doesn't matter if 8 people show up or 30 people show up, you know? Yeah, hey, it's like, you know how you already have Anxiety Central? What if you made that worse? Okay, but Mouse, this looks cute. What were you worried about? A little... one way or the other. Yeah, I also just try not to look anymore. Streamer is a good bean. Yeah, I mean, I've said that to plenty of streamers and plenty of you guys. It's like, I don't care what you're doing. I just want to hang out because you're neat. Ah, that came apart. Shit. Kinda. Mm-hmm. But you know that whole, like, haha, other people are fine, I'm not fine. Other people are interesting enough. Needs to stay in place. Yes. And see the felting magic! Pretty magical! So, okay, I was looking at stuff on Pixiv yesterday. I'm like, I wonder what they've got on Pixiv for Metal Gear. There's not a whole lot. Like, mostly I see, there's some. But there's one Japanese artist who does, like, regular art. Joke's on you, I enjoy rapidly watching you stab little... I can't freaking read! This is a day. This is such a day. It's fine. It's so cool and fine and great and everything's working out and I'm not getting slap happy from being panicky earlier. We're good. I think it's cute if his little coat kind of drags on the ground. You're doing great! You're doing great, sweetie! Thanks, I'm doing my best. And I've been streaming for like a month-ish, something like that. And I'm sure I'll get more chill with it. It's way less, it's way less nerve-wracking, at least for me, mostly because I like know all of you guys for the most part, to like be in front of an audience. That doesn't bother me so much. It's more the like making sure that tech is working and also like knowing when to give up on tech. Because streaming is like flying a helicopter. There's like 10,000 things you need to do. How much this need? Is scary. Reference, come back. I have both references, and I just was like, looking at them real quick, and I just have Turgle like standing there. I'll set it up. We'll have to do a little bit of resetting things up once we finish this, but the Turgle reference is him just like standing there wanting to have his turn on the Xbox. He sees all of your sins, and he sounds like Invader Zims. I guess I should have checked to see if this was... Yeah, buddy, that wasn't centered. You check to see if it's centered for... Oh, but yeah, the Pixiv thing was that there's an artist that made little needle felts of... They're little, like, kind of beans. They're very cute. Of, like, MGS5 era Venom Snake and Kaz. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing here making content specifically for me and me only? I appreciate you. I also want to know what they did to make those sunglasses that they did for Kaz, because they look really good, and I'm still attempting to figure out how to make sunglasses. Streaming Jedi Survivor in the Discord, and we were all literally like, is that Zim? Yep, it's Richard Horvitz, same voice actor. So, okay. So, okay then. This stands up. Doll glasses, you can. The way that I make doll glasses, I learned how to do this. He's getting stabbed in the sternum. Come on, it's different. I'll just show you because it's kind of interesting. Sometimes I forget what I have this pencil in here for. It's not for marking anything. It's for making glasses. Okay, light your flickering. Want to stop flickering? Thank you. The way that you make glasses, and this is kind of difficult. Raz from Psychonauts, also the same voice actor. Usually best to not have ends of wires sticking out like this. I've gotten relatively good at this because I had to make 30 of these for that corporate order I did, and she had like cat eye glasses. That was annoying. Vivi does not have ears. Hey Snake, come over here. Like, I only have one eye, I don't need glasses! I know, buddy. This is also going in the process video for Vivi, because I'm just recording the recording everything and not cutting anything out, because it goes at 30,000% speed. So that like 6 hours turns into 1 minute. So yeah, what you want to do is do this. You want this to go just past the eye. Then wrap this around here. This is not a technique I made up. This is a known technique of how to make doll glasses. I looked it up online. And you can make these bigger or smaller. You kind of have to, like, manipulate them a little bit if you don't want them to be, like, kind of, you know, round, like, Beatles/Harry Potter glasses. And once you have, like, one of them, it's easy enough to kind of work off of it to make the rest of them, if you need to make multiple. Okay. That looks alright. A little long. Although his face is also a little flat. Generally, I will just cut more off of the end. But for Vivi, it's alright. Then this. You can add a little bump here if you want for the nose, although I find that that's a little difficult to control. Okay. Vivi does look very cute in glasses. The way that I've made sunglasses once is that I, like, cut it out of craft foam and just added, just added, like, black marker on top of it, because those were like those clout goggles that were white and black. I'm still do not entirely know. I think I can just, like, cut out plastic and put it in here, but then, like, how do I glue it without it being really obvious? Sometimes you can eyeball this, and sometimes it doesn't turn out right if you eyeball it. But we're gonna eyeball it because I said so. That. These are not going to be perfect. You can spend a lot of time making them look better than this, making them look more even. But, like, generally, this is how you make glasses. That even. Oh, for example. Hey, there it goes. Again, I'm sorry for any video issues today. Something like that, you know? His face was resin, maybe? Like, I'm trying to figure out, because, like, could you pour something in here? Plastic, like a plastic sheet and glue seems to make the most sense. I do have a bunch of plastic sheets from an old cosplay that I made. Vivi. Aw, baby. They're a little small eye-wise on him. I would probably make them bigger, but that's essentially how you make glasses for dolls. Like any doll, you can do that. But the other thing is that usually, like, doll glasses are for Barbies, and Barbies' heads are smaller than this. So, it can be difficult to get what you want without just making it yourself. Persistence. Go back over there with on stuff. Sorry, I your face a little bit. There we go. But it is fun when it's like, oh, this is something that I don't know how to do. Let's sort of figure that out. That's like what I live for. This kind of thing. Yay! Oh, thank you for the follow. Guys, I think let's finish this first, and then let's see if that works. The proportions are a little different on this one than they are on actual Vivi. The head's bigger. Yay! Thank you for the follow. Yes, if you're enjoying the content, if you would like to see more stabby needling on usually Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, go ahead and drop a follow if you feel so inclined. There's also usually more dog content when internet is cooperating. But we are going to embrace the scuff. It is going to be okay. Doing this to kind of blend it a little better. Yeah, in order for him to be able to move his head, this cannot be, like, over his face, really. This is doing another one of those doesn't have to make sense in 3D things, isn't it? Or, like, in 3D, you can make the model... Like, you can make the model do weird stuff to cheat it. The fact that it sticks straight up is so odd. I know he's supposed to be, like, kind of covering his face. Yeah. Then, let's, we're going to make the cuffs. But before we do that, let's, before we forget... Oh, for God's sake. It's fine. Holy... Forget about it. Here. This goes up here. Be careful around the sort of neck, sternum, shoulders area, because that's where a lot of wires intersect in the armature. Want to break the needle. Although if you do break the needle, it's not the world's biggest deal. I have plenty. Oh, also, if anybody's wondering, this is not just a random accessory. This is because I have a burn on my hand, and it's just, like, to cover it. Because I was making food, and I got caught on the oven. I am currently making pork carnitas right now. They're in the slow cooker and have been since 10 a.m. And I believe the 7 hours should be just about up, actually. I'm gonna, because Meister was talking about making some Dominican rice and beans, I am gonna make some Spanish rice and beans. No? What happened? Did something happen? Is the stream okay? Oh. Okay, seems like stream's alright. Oh boy. Here we go. Matt, I'm gonna need you to do me a solid on this one and, like, cooperate. Okay. These. Now. No, I shouldn't make them connected because the idea is that it goes behind. So if it was just all connected, then it wouldn't look correct. Yeah, this recipe says that the rice should only cook for 15 to 20 minutes, and I don't know if I believe it. I'm like, I don't think that that's enough time for rice to cook. Oh, the no is for me burning my hand? Yeah. It was like a week ago. It was me trying to make a different pork thing. I was making orange roasted pork tenderloin, which was very good. But I tried to flip them over in the oven, which I didn't need to do, but I thought would be a neat idea to do. And I just stuck my hand in there with the tongs without putting any oven mitts on. Then my hand went, eh! So yeah, it's like not bad anymore, but it's still just kind of, you know, you don't need to be staring at that the whole time. If you don't know, this pattern is a very famous painting from Cincinnati-based artist Charlie Harper, who is very famous, and I don't believe he's still alive anymore, but if you've seen some of those like very geometric looking birds, he often does birds, but just kind of like wildlife in general. He's done a bunch of those. That's Charlie Harper. And I have a shirt with this pattern. I bought this fabric. I did have a shirt of this. I'll make another one day. And I also have the print of this hanging over my bed. Charlie Harper's great. So getting strips of felt like this to be the right thickness is somewhat annoying. Back sign. Also look muddier than I would. I mean, it's fine. An ob. Yes, yes. You kind of like can't really see the silver under there, but I know it's there. Alright, now how are we gonna make these like cuff things? A great question, Mega Man. How are we gonna do that? I didn't have red beans, so I made it with cannellini beans, and it's still good. They just don't stand out in the rice because they're not the same color. Yeah, I'm gonna be using black beans. It also called for, like, salsa to be put in there, which I'm like, wouldn't you normally use rotel, which is essentially salsa? I brought rotel instead. I don't know if it matters especially. I would think that salsa would be, like, here. I also made, the orange chocolate chip ricotta cookies that everybody at my writing group really loves. I made them for my cousin for her bridal shower and gave her the recipe. And she texted me last night and he's like, so these cookies are like phenomenal. I'm glad you like them. We'll make that about 3.5 inches. The base. Do we want to grab the paper again for that, or did I think we want to use the paper to sketch this out, because I'm sort of having a hard time picturing that flat. All right, let's.
Yay!
Oh, thank you for the follow. I would say who, but I can't really see. I could go over here. Oh. Hey, it's Neapolitan. Thank you for the follow. Also from earlier, Felted Woolery. Ooh, Felt Person. And Evil Conquer, thank you for the follow. And also we have a Pet the Dog. I will tell you that the dog cam is not working today. That is just frozen on a picture of him from earlier. But I will pet his little paw with my foot under the table. He has been pet. Use tomato sauce. For 2 teaspoons of sauce, fresh tomatoes, and some chicken tomato bouillon powder. Yeah, I think sort of any tomato-based product is going to be fine. What did we say? 3.5 inches. Okay. Also, yes. Razzi's hello. You do not need to talk. You don't need to do anything. Just go ahead and hang out. Which is probably also why... I think maybe not really being able to see the follows unless I pull up the other screen, because I have one screen, is probably for the best. It's like a good... I'm figuring this out in my brain. What was I saying? Is that it's like a good, hey. Hey. I know how to speak. It's a good in-between, middle ground, between anonymous follows and saying the follows. Is that by them being on screen, they're there, but if I don't say them out loud, then that maybe doesn't make people feel on the spot about it. Yes. Okay. Had to literally stop everything I was doing to get that out of my brain. Okay. Alright, so. Let's try to, like, rotate the apple in our mind here to figure out how this cuff works. I think it's like a this kind of thing. Should just half here. 3.5, 1.5, 1. That's half. Okay. Yes. Hydrate. Do whatever it is that you would like to do. Hi, Cheesy. This is my, I can't really show this without... You can see it, right? These are my cups that have little, dogs surfing on them. Hi, Juno! Yes, we will be working on Turgle after this. Shortly. I am just trying to figure out Mr. Vivi here. I guess it's like this. That, and then like this, kinda? Ooh, you're playing Dredge. Did we ever figure out if that was, like, actually inspired by that one Tumblr post? I don't know if they'll ever, like, say so. It seems like that's the case. Ash. Again, I apologize for dog cam being janky today, aka being frozen. There was a Tumblr post that, like, basically was the idea for Dredge. That it probably, like, might have inspired it, but is just as likely to be just, like, both people sort of independently thought of it. Of, like, a cozy fishing game where the fish get, like, progressively creepier, and it becomes kind of Eldritch horror. Oh yeah, there you go. Thanks for linking it. Okay. Hey, that's actually basically right. Hey, good job. Good job getting that on your first try. Definitely wouldn't have wanted to, like, just try to come up with a different word other than raw dog it, but you know what I mean. Yeah, there have been a number of games that are sort of just like, was this inspired by this or not? The camera, let's try it again. It just keeps freezing. Like I've done everything that I normally do to fix it. The internet is just bad today. Like I couldn't fix it. Deactivate, activate. Okay. And we close it. And now it's still there. Still there. Okay, maybe I just needed to think about it for a while. You know? Oh yeah, we wanted to ask Ash about Star Wars. Ashy, you want to come over here? Mr. Buppy? Oh no, it froze again! Oh, whatever. What the hell ever. It froze. Ashy says, well, you see, I have watched Star Wars, but only a little bit. I watched that one, episode 3, and I thought the guy in there was very, very emotional about everything that he said. And I thought when he said, no, I thought that was good. I went, no, just like I do. I wish I could show you him. I wish that the internet wasn't being a butt. But unfortunately, the camera just keeps freezing. Hey, buddy. Okay, well, now that he's come back up here, maybe it'll at least freeze on him. There you go. Hi, baby. I know, sweetie baby boy. There. Hello. Hello. Yep, it froze again. But it froze on me petting him, so then you know it's frozen. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about the dog cam anymore. Best way to do that. Don't know. Or I have a secret third arm, yes. Just as pasty white as the rest of me. Not tasty white. Tasty. Okay, let's see here. Okay. That leaf blower's going at it again outside. You close the door, and you turn on music, but you can still hear them! It autocorrected it. Why are you like this? pointed edges a little bit. I think I'm trying to decide if this is wide enough, but I think with the I guess we can just test. I think with the little stripe, it'll look like a wide enough hole. Like this. Up as little room as possible. There's just not a great way to pin that down, is there? Although I think I did kind of pin it particularly badly. It's in the way. Upside down anymore. Hey, Final Fantasy VII Remake soundtrack, what is this? What is this? Okay, that'll work. I haven't gotten in any trouble on Twitch from playing any of this music, which I don't think I would, because I'm not playing, like, copyrighted music or whatever. A couple little things have been, like, VOD muted. And on YouTube, because I have a VOD channel, sort of for posterity reasons, a couple of stuff has been like, you can't monetize this, and I'm like, joke's on you, it wasn't monetized to begin with. Okay. I am going to keep these patterns just in case I make Vivi again. Do I have a command? Do I have a command for bot channel? I think I do. Might be Nightbot. What is that command anyway? I do not. I should be, but regardless, it's below the stream. And it's just, you know, WireMouse on YouTube. Okay. It is just up here and then goes down this way. Yes. Should we do? Yes, we should. I feel like we've had this conversation before. Where I said VOD channel, said, do I have a command? I said no. And I said I should write down to make a VOD channel command. I did. Maybe this time I'll remember. Try not to have this be big. I just don't have my pen and paper next. But I do have a pencil and I do have paper. The leftover paper. There we go. I wrote that down. Great. We'll see this through the other side. But it shouldn't be that obnoxious. Not really gonna be paying attention to the inside of his cuffs too much. I'm trying to think of what music I want to switch to when we get to Turgle, because I sure as hell can't play Star Wars music. And I don't really know what the Jedi Survivor soundtrack sounds like. I haven't paid enough attention. And like Cam played it. Almost done with Vivi here. This is a detail I could have left out, but I feel like it's kind of like it adds a lot of dimension to this part of his outfit. It adds a pop of color in a good way. I feel like keeping a few details is nice. I am just going to let this trail over a little bit past so that I can connect it on the other side. Use this in a flat kind of way. Having the two needles makes it nice in the same way as having like an angled brush or marker would be, where you can sort of hold it in different ways to accomplish different things. Carefully, carefully. Put up. Got a little trim. Literally just one song. I was thinking of using Ace Attorney music just because I like it. Like it has nothing to do with anything. Take a look at that real quick. Lo-Fi Cantina Band is great. It's not great for an hour, but I know what you mean. I think I would, like, just actually go insane. Carefully go around the edge. Again, this thicker type of pre-felt is sort of difficult to get it to stay. Plus, this don't have any holes in there. Good. Just want to attach it at the bottom. Out like. It looks good, thank you. I think it looks nice. Yeah, no, Vivi's design is great for that. I think he would make like a really good like amigurumi crocheted figure. I am again sort of felting onto the hand so that I have something to felt onto. But then I'm pulling it off carefully so that it's not stuck to the hand in the final version. I do want it to be pretty secure. What is this? I really like FF9's chibi style because it reminds me of Tales of Symphonia. Take this sort of tail, which, you know, this was thinner at the edge anyway. Makes it look more that can be fun. Oh. Which we want to pull. There. Fall off. Fidget around with it. Try to make it quite as obvious. Aw, so big. Good. There's some leftover kind of white that's through. I'm just. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that that like looked nice before I did two of them. Pulled off a little bit, but that's okay. He's such a little guy. Oh my god. I think this is the right amount of detail. I want to do more. Get over there for just a minute. The rest of this. Okay. The very good little guy. Here, buddy. Can I put you? Here? Like... Here. Here works. Sit down for a second. Some people will just, like, do that and just, like, stab it into the base, but I'm like, I don't know, I feel like that's gonna break the needle. Ash to sleep. Took him for a big walk earlier. Hasn't been able to say hello to as many people as he wants to today, because people aren't walking around as much. It's, after all, pretty rainy. He's still got to sniff things. Therefore, that is enough for him. This is too thin, and I am just going to go over it again, but get that down. I mean, you could cut the edges off, but sometimes cutting threads of wool like this makes it just kind of look really weird. Sort of like cutting a wig, like blunt, flat across, rather than feathering it in the way that makes sense for hair. Up. Trim. A trim. Doesn't, like, affect the integrity of it or anything. As long as you don't go, like, down too close to the... Alright, have a nice sleep. Dude, thank you for coming. Thank you for helping with early stream jitters as well. Arm this way. Always a lovely time. Thank you. I do my best. I do appreciate you all hanging out. I used to just do this by myself, you know. Mostly watch streams and do. Nice. And then I don't have to take my hands away from what I was doing to type something in the chat. Oopsies. Nope, don't go there. Here. Ah! Put a thread where I didn't want it. Done. There's Vivi. Yeah. That's him. Bit of clean. Aw. A little straighter buddy boy. Like, it's okay. Okay? Him. Okay, now. Oh. We're going to do a little shift. I'm gonna make his well, stand later. Okay. Let's get the new ref image up. Turgle standing there menacingly. Yeah, not exactly like that. Yep. Right. Right. Smaller. then get Vivi away, put Turgle here, and then since I didn't have time beforehand to make the thing for his armature, I'm just gonna make it now. The way that I do this is unfortunately not going to be very visible, because I do it on my computer, using it as a light table. I'm going to measure how big the reference is on my computer. I want it to be about 5 inches. That'll do. Here, a little bigger. One day I'll like print this out, and but printing it out would be like a whole production right now. Bigger. All figures are about 5 to 6. 5.5. All right. I just do a really dumb thing where I put it up against the computer and try to trace. His skeleton. We'll just leave Final Fantasy music on. That's fine. We will need to do that. This goes here. This comes back up here. And this is here. Although we're not going to worry about that for right now, because we just need to make the I have for the colors. I'm gonna do a lot of, I think, gradients with him. I've got some already mixed colors. Got some black and some white, just for like his eyes and stuff. And I'll get more for his sort of like, he has a gun. Kind of hilarious to me. Like mix a bunch of green. Just like, again, rather than clothes. Boy is naked. Like 4 different greens. This is a lot of greens. Gonna like combine yellows. Not sure how much of this we're gonna get to today. Might just make the base. But mixing colors is always fun. Vivi did take slightly longer to finish than I thought, but take the whole stream, so that's why I got stuff set up for Turgle. I don't even want these to be perfectly blended, because he's got that sort of like mottled frog skin. Probably enough. I don't really love having a bunch of like mixed colors sitting around because they're hard to use for other stuff. Probably try to do once. But I think by having these kind of mixed colors, that will help. That will help them to feel a bit more blended. Stop it. Back. That'll sort of be the main color. Then this technically like makes the most sense for his like belly area, and like it's also on his back. But I want to add some more of this brighter yellow just because the rest of the colors are so saturated. Gotta make sure that the colors work together rather than are entirely accurate. I think it looks good. I think I want to have the orange. This. This is just for his, like, gun holster. Gun man. I don't think... This, or do I want... This is more accurate, but this makes more sense. And also for the holster, I might not use this. I might use some of the brown pre-felt I have. Sure how much of his like weird little toes and stuff we're gonna do. I might give like a hint to there being toes, but I don't want to make those. His hands are gonna be mitten hands regardless. How I feel. I think I like these. Have them. Hate her. Put away Vivi's stuff. Not right this second. Gosh. Items we want to keep. Be there. This. That there. This. Oh. There. Then we get some water. And then we pet the puppy. Okay. Now about this guy's weird-ass head. Sort of goes forward? What the other reference of? Have like one from the front, one from the back, and one close up of. Talking to absolutely nobody, there's not a whole lot of reference. Okay. Oh, it's kind of like flat. Oh? Yes. This is going in the, I sure don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best. Sure, it'll work out just fine. Yes. It goes forward rather than down like a shape head does. And this, unless Gam wants one, is absolutely just a one-off, because I do not think other people would necessarily. I was gonna say, I also don't want to make Star Wars stuff, because Disney, but I already have a Star Wars thing. Oh, there he is! Yeah. It is, in fact, his turn on the Xbox. See what I mean when I, like, pulled that up and just, like, saw that? I'm like, ah! Hey there. Let me take you higher. Fulfill your desires. Stilettos and lingerie bows. Compliments. Got, like, the world's shortest torso. Absolutely just stanced up looking at you. I think... Well, I was gonna say, I think he has sort of like... Not digitigrade legs, but the kind that are like that rather than like that. But if I did that, then he couldn't stand up. I think it's probably fine. Now making Turgle to this, like, sexy lounge music is a problem. This is still Final Fantasy, right? Scarlet's theme. Makes sense. Try not to make... Okay. Apparently I did go offline and then went back online. Okay. Remember that. Sorry. OBS disconnected and then it came back. The internet, yeah. If it does that one more time, we'll just be done, but I don't think it'll do that again. I want to at least get base of it. The stream back? Okay, we are back. Good. That's good that it just automatically did. Turgle. Your ads, please. Also, hello! Hi, Toucans. We are, we finished Vivi. A little lad. Yeah, I'll just have 2 VODs, it's fine. And we are making Turgle, and his, skeleton is something to behold. We have an extremely adorable, uncursed, object with the Vivi doll. And then we have a very cursed object, which is the Turgle doll. I'm gonna try to make him as cute as I can. But also... no. Cool. But I have to do, like, something kind of cursed. I do enjoy making things that are dumb. He probably still has the existential dread, but at least he knows that he was, like, physically created this time. God, what a stance. So much. That. Okay. Just gonna be done with that one. Aw, that little possum. Very, very cute. Such a weird... He's got such a weird everything about him. We could do our best. But, you know, if I could make Mooncat, I can do this. Mooncat UFO 50, which is just like a weird blob with legs. Yeah, absolutely shaped derogatory. Hang on. This is gonna be the lineup, by the way. For SGDQ. These 3. Are you sure? Are you sure we have to like go in the box with him? Are you really sure? Yeah, I'm sorry. Alright, it's fine. It's fine. I feel like Turgle spells bad. Yes. Snake's like, I don't want to go in there. I don't want to go in there with him. I'm sorry, guys. I know it's a cardboard box. I know you love it. Vivi's like, I don't love it. I know. It's fine. We'll be fine. Don't worry. Vivi likes barrels. Vivi likes chocobos. What if I made a felt chocobo? Like, not this time, but like, what if at some point I made a felt chocobo? The thing is that I don't normally make stuff that already has a lot of merchandise. So like when I make Pokemon, it tends to be like they're different somehow, like they're shiny, or they're just like But whatever. Like, if I made a Pikachu... I do have a Pikachu. He's just, like, in a little bed lying down. It's very cute. But generally, if you can buy a plush of the thing pretty cheaply, then I don't usually. Hans has no neck. I've made characters without necks before. But you see, everything we do is a learning opportunity. It's all good for you. Yeah, I agree, Ash. He left. Make it Cloud or something. Cloud riding a chocobo. That could be interesting. That could be like a but how would it stand up? Because I would want them to be like able to separate. Or Cloud Chocobo. Now that's a good idea. Well, there is Cloud Moogle. And Cloud Frog. Wide. He's got like kind of a angled, like top heavy chest. Ribs are sticking out. I think this is the theme from Barrett's hometown? Barrett's theme. It is Barrett's theme. Okay. Kind of broke my own rule of you should bunch the wool up before you add it so that it's not like kind of a weird humpy almost? I'm sorry, Turgle. By all intents, by all measures that I know, you seem to be a good guy. Sorry, I'm basically just body shaming you. Tried running around X2 for like 2 hours and never saved. Yeah, I haven't really played a Final Fantasy either, but chocobos are incredibly cute. I could make like a little cheeky one. He's basically just an alien frog, yeah. But that's not just what he is. Just that he's like an alien frog standing up, so he looks especially weird. Intentionally ignored a bunch of nerd shit. I mean, like, this is probably not that hot of a take. Star Wars is, like, fun. It's neat. I think the Star Wars media that exists is overwhelmingly, like, has been saturated with stuff that's overwhelmingly mediocre. Sort of chocobos themselves. Yeah, they did have that bit in Rebirth where they're like, we found a little chocobo who is you, and he's like, kill me. I'm like, yeah, okay. Star Wars is famously not good. There are, I think it's one of those where the world is a lot more interesting than the quality of the storytelling. And that, like, part of the fun of it, of the old ones, is kind of how janky they are. I'd recommend, like, watching the first, like, 4, 5, 6. They're fun. I kind of think that 4 is, like, so janky that I don't really love it. Like, I don't have enough nostalgia for it to be, like, this amazing. I watched 4, 5, 6 and didn't care. Yeah, no, that's fair. If you're like, these do not inspire anything in me, then I'm like, yeah, no, that's fine. I do not know what to do about this man's head. I have watched 1 through 9 and Rogue One, and maybe some other stuff that I forgot. I sort of stopped paying attention. Because when 9 was like, wow, this is really kind of boring, I was like, alright, have fun, guys. Yeah, no, it's one of those where I think it really, really helps if you were either alive when the originals came out, or you just have, like, a lot of nostalgia from watching them as a kid. Because, you know, we've all got things that were like, this is objectively not the greatest thing ever, however I love it. But so many people that was Star Wars for them, that it kind of gets warped into being, like, more held up in a higher regard than perhaps it deserves to. But it also was very important for, like, the development of blockbusters, and for a lot of genre tropes, and really kind of popularized, like, using the classic hero's journey in a blockbuster format. Like, there's a lot of stuff, and a lot of, like, special effects and sound, filmmaking wise, there's a lot to thank Star Wars for. It's just not my favorite thing. But it is very fun to, like, live in that world. That's kind of what I think about, like, Fairy Tail, the anime. Because I used to be a very big Fairy Tail fan. That the writer is, like, a hack, like, he sucks. But the world is really cool. Like, I just kind of want to, like, make OCs to hang out in this world. Ignore the rest of it. Buddy, what the this is head? I don't want to say this looks like shit, because it doesn't. It's just in the ugly stage right now. It is imperative that at this moment it looks like shit. What are we gonna do about those eye stalks? If I thought ahead, I would have, like, made little things so they could swivel around. But I'm not gonna do that. I do want this base to be dense enough. I feel like I'm so unsure. Yeah. when I've put his skin on. Also just kind of like... You guys! Look at how flat his fucking head is! It's too flat! It's Wednesday! It's not even Flatbook Friday yet! You can't be that flat, sir. Simply unprecedented levels of flatness. But he is that flat. I need to find like a side view of him. That's not a great one. Flat Wednesday. If you can find a good like side profile view of Turgle, then sure. Either there was one and I didn't save it, and I was like, this is fine. We are gonna want more definition up there. Nice. Farther. The artist. That's the back. That's the side. Thank you. I will keep that. God, he looks so freaking weird! What's wrong with you? Okay. Alright. He looks so naked without the color upon him. We're just gonna... here. Second, let me bring it up. Like, do you see him? Do you see how weird he is? Somehow. I just... Like, this is good because now I don't have to guess quite as much. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Cheesy. However, it also means that I have to look at this. However, it was also my decision to make Turgle. Nobody made me do that. I'm the one who made me do that. Okay. Well, I'm gonna pull that up for myself. Meaning that we are going to open this on the computer. Have this here. Zoom in on the side view, even though we don't want to. Oh god, I hate it here. I like a creature, but not him. Why did you pick him? That's such a great question. Because I saw the games list, and I saw Star Wars Jedi Survivor. What if I made Turgle? That would be so funny. But we can't back out now. Can't do it now that it's on the internet. I mean, his mouth's not gonna be open, so it's not gonna look quite as hideous. It turns out the joke was on you. It turns out that the funny prank was on you, actually. Oh yeah, I've committed, I've mixed colors. We're not backing out now. I can't say I'm making Turgle and then not make Turgle. I was gonna say I've made worse things than this. I don't know if I have. Mooncat was pretty cursed. I can make the next Snake and Boif as reward. Yeah, we might do that on Saturday. I'm pretty sure there's nothing on Saturday. I don't... Laz may or may not be doing something, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure we have stream. There's some confusion with the Monster of the Week makeup session. Yeah, I'll make one for Gam if he wants it. I say with the weariness of the world in my voice. Just how cats are on the moon. But, like, it's important that we get this part right, because there's not a lot you can really hide with clothes, because he doesn't have any. Like, this needs to be right, and it needs to be the right density. God. Yeah, he has a belt, and we'll have his belt. With his gun in it. As if there's one thing this creature needs, it's a fucking gun, you know? I feel like this might be the felting equivalent of, like, watching somebody play a bad video game. Like, you're watching me create something horrific that I don't enjoy. Going, why am I bringing this into the world? He, like, leans forward. He's very Hunchback of Notre Dame looking right now. Leans forward, and then he's got him legs that do, like, this kind of thing. The T-pose is very threatening from him. He is kind of funny with his just, like, no legs right now. That is just kind of... yeah. In front of Mudang? Yeah. Is kind of that artist whose name I forget. Their characters adjacent. Fork of Cows? God, Aerith's theme, save me. Save me, Aerith's theme. See, if we were listening to, like, the 1-hour Cantina music right now, we would be going even more insane. And no, I'm not going to lovingly sculpt his ass. He doesn't deserve it. Looking at the reference, he doesn't even have cheeks. Back. Yes, I will allow permitted term jizz. Yes, that is what it's called, Automod. Get educated. And read a book. I guess? There's more up here. Automa shenanigans strike again. Yes, allow permitted term jizz whaler. Automa, get a job. Figure your life out. Doesn't even know about the humble jizz whaler. Getting very aggressive at Automa. Who knows why? God, I hate this thing so much. Alright, alright, alright. We're making feet now. Okay, so yeah, from the side view, he does in fact have, like, 5 feet. And I'm not making him toes. He does not get toes. I do want to see an amazing cat from Bisky. I do want that, actually. They do. They look like they behave like fingers. His toes suck immensely. Okay, just 1 second. Internet, come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Oh, baby. Very good. Very, very good. The many whiskers. I don't have it within me to put it up on stream right now, but you guys can check the link. His feet look like hands on a bar, and the person they're attached to is asking for the hardest stuff you got, bartender. Like this. Yeah, a little bit. See, what I do when I go to bars is give me the girliest drink you have. Because I cannot hold my alcohol and only like sweet things. Got an umbrella in it, all the better. So long and they go everywhere, such a baby cat man, yes. I hope that the whiskers are practically useful for the cat. I hope that they don't, like, get in its way. Yes, I do adore sweet drinks. Especially hard cider. There's a hard cider that I had when I was at my hanging out with family for bridal-related stuff for my cousin over the weekend, where I had a hard cider that had, like, Riesling in it. And I'm like, ooh, things that I like. Yummy. Is hard cider my absolute beloved? I should get some. I don't drink very much anymore. We're getting normal human feet. Like the normal human that you're not. Whiskers are supposed to be as long as the cat is wide, so the cat knows if they fit through something. Yeah. They definitely need to be, you know, long enough. Hope that it doesn't... that the whiskers don't get in his way. His way, her way. The cat certainly did not learn that at cat school. I like vodka and stuff. I'm not, like, the world's biggest, like, hard liquor fan, though. Mostly just because I'm, like, a little babby. I'm like, no, it's too strong. Simply push through any hole or opening. One of the cats that I used to have that is, like, my ex's now. They're not dead or anything. would, like, we had little cat baby gates, and he would just, instead of jumping over it, he would just crawl under it, even though that was, like, way, way, way more difficult. He was also orange, so, you know. Ooh, Fireball mixed with things. That could be interesting. I, however, have an irrational hatred of Fireball whiskey for the specific reason that when I worked in Boston, I worked for a home decor company, so it was a big office. It was full of all the Bostonians who were mean. At one point, our department was right next to, like, the sales department. And if they ever made a big sale, they would bust out the Fireball whiskey at, like, 2 p.m. on a Wednesday afternoon or something. And blare that Pitbull song. And I'm, like, trying to get work done. It's like, da-da-da-da-da-da, Fireball! And I'm like, stop! I just want to go home. I hate it here. Yeah, essentially, you're getting a slight amount of ass just because your ass is concave at the moment, but not 1 ounce more. Hatred for Fireball because of the usual college reasons. I'm pretty sure that, like, those same people are the people that I was dealing with. They were just slightly older. Look at his, like, massive upper body and his, like, teeny tiny leg. I mean, apple cinnamon's good. I recently bought some, like, apple cinnamon flavored almonds that just sort of have, like, essentially cinnamon and, like, some kind of apple powder on them, and they're yummy, yummy, yummy. Bartender gave me a free shot one day in my cider. That sounds nice. That kind of sounds like mulled cider a little bit. Although, you know, that has wine in it. The fucked up thing is that you've given him more torso than he actually has, and he still looks stumpy. You're right. Like, he's gonna be leaning over a bit more, so he'll look a little bit less tall. Look more like this. Oh. Oh. The proportions are never exactly right. I tried. It speaks to his shape. He's got good posture right now because he has to. For me making him reasons. But he'll later be hunched over like the little weirdo he is. Never been this sad sculpting an ass. Cheeks don't even touch. Alrighty. Man. Vivi and Snake are looking over here like, this is who you're making, huh? Alright. Announced just like, hey! Monster plush lives on my desk. because I had no better place for her. But I think she likes it there. Sounds like a Fire Emblem song. I was gonna say, I should make a Fire Emblem character. I did. I made Dorothea. She gets to watch me work. And then other, like, the original... All 3 versions of Onsta that I have. Onsta Plush, Onstafelt V1, and Onstafelt V2 are on display in my house. Also make Kingdom Hearts characters. Let her into. I made a Timeless River version of Sora. So the black and white version. I also made Terra and Kingdom Hearts OC. Well, not just somebody, one of my best customers. Why I made that for her on kind of short notice. BVS, my beloved. Yeah. Okay, we finally reached the end of that playlist. Yeah. Let's do Ace Attorney Investigations just to get us through this turgling. Apparently the arranged soundtrack, like the whole score has not been redone, but mostly like the objection themes and the pursuit themes and stuff have. And you get all of that for Investigations 1 for ordering the game. But apparently for Investigations 2, you only get the arranged versions if you pre-ordered the game, which kind of sucks. But, like, luckily the original soundtrack is also really good. This is, I believe, the title theme for the collection. But it needs to be wider. Maybe what kind of thin? We will go a little bit past 7 p.m. just because I started late. Go for another, like 25 minutes. Yeah, listen to it. Ace Attorney always has good music. Like, Investigations is kind of just fine. Especially Investigations 1 is just kind of fine. But it's good for what it is, and it's got really good music. And also, like, Lang rules. He's great. Okay. Range sad little man. I should make like a Miles Edgeworth. The only Ace Attorney character that I've made is Apollo. I think. Yeah. Or make like the blue badger or something. The eye stalks will be added later. Yes? Yes. Now your funky little arm. Or just make like the proto badger, the like really terrifying one with the Funko Pop eyes. Problem is nobody would buy that. The idea of like, I should make this, is like, well, is anybody gonna buy it, or are you just gonna make it for yourself? But a proto badger like holding the sword would be really funny. I do want to make, like, a whole cast of something at some point. It's just, it's so much work. Like, I was originally... I made an Asterion belt for GDQ a few times ago. That was before I played the game, actually. I've also made an owlbear, owlbear plush. All of these would be really good. The problem is that they take a lot of time to make. I could, because I already have Mallow. What was actually really cute is that I think on the reviews page of my store, I showed the bludgeon on the shirt. On stupid internet. Hopefully on Saturday it'll be better. I don't know what it's doing today. I have good internet, it's just in this room it doesn't want to work very well, so I have to have an Ethernet cord, and then it needs to be in some kind of strange configuration where it's on the Wi-Fi and also on the Ethernet, and all kinds of boring stuff that's not important. Sometimes it just doesn't want to work, though. It's like, 2 bars is the best you're getting. And I'm like, alright, fine. Yeah, but I wanted to make, like, the whole cast of Baldur's Gate 3, like, all the companions. And then I was like, actually, that's a whole lot of work. And I don't think I could sell all of them. It'd be, like, many, many, many hours to do. The extra of the heads could be hot swap. The problem is you can't really swap stuff. Like, that's why the, like, props have to be, like, glued into their hands. I could make just, like, teeny, dinky little ones that are, like, sitting down, and that wouldn't take too long. That wouldn't have to be, like... It wouldn't actually have to be particularly complicated. I do have some smaller things that I make that don't take that long. It could be ornaments or just, like, car hangers or whatever. Fun thing about this is Edgeworth's objection theme, is that doot 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 that's in there, is that's part of the original Cornered Phoenix's objection theme, and it's used in Edgeworth's objection theme, and I believe it's also used in part of Maya's theme. Magnet like Mallow, but she... Oh, yeah! You're right. That is a thing I did, and do a lot. Hey, Mouse, remember that thing that you, like, do a lot? Yeah, do that. But I think it's neat that there are a lot of musical motifs that, like, the characters share. Have fun with ideas, that would be too. And of course his objection theme is based on his, like, main theme. Also shared with Francisca sometimes. Yep, there's do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, that. Shoulder there. God. It's so creepy looking. That's why I make stuff. It's too much like Barthcliff. I didn't think about how long it would take and how many comics I was actually going to draw last year. But it was so cool, and we all loved it. And I, like, read everything that you wrote on that little website that you made. And I was like, Meister's so cool. But yeah, it's definitely like, oh god, why did I do that to myself? I am quite guilty of being like, I can do that, and then just like several weeks later, super overworked. Why did you do that? Why did you give yourself that deadline? If it's getting a little too thick at any point, you can just sort of pull it thinner again. I do really like the cross-examination theme investigations games. I'm planning on one more Barthcliff comic. It's one that I found when looking at Garbage Ape stuff last year. Nice. The classic, I can do that to gasping, panting, suffering by fine. We've all done it. Not even unique to creatives, but certainly common. Especially when people have good ideas, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's so cool, I should do that! And then I'm like, wait. Thinking that out, that would be so much goddamn work. As you guys can see, it takes some time. Like, I've gotten better at it, but... Is that enough of a shoulder? I think so. I literally had to slow down on the comics because my arms started hurting from drawing too much. Yeah. I seem to not get... Like, my arm doesn't hurt from doing this, weirdly, but it does hurt from drawing for any length of time, really, which is why I don't write by hand a whole lot, and I pretty much mostly write on my computer. I'm not sure if it's just because, like, the motion is different, but, and that, like, maybe I'm not putting, like, as much pressure on my wrist as I would be if I was drawing, because this is mostly just, like, lightly stabbing. It is a repetitive motion, though, so I do my best to make sure that I'm not, like, doing it too much, and, like, keeping my back straight and stuff. Also, sitting in this chair helps rather than sitting on the couch, because I have hurt my back from felting for hours and hours on the couch. But also, using this pen thing is really, really helpful. Because some people just hold the needles and then their hands are like this, and I'm like, why? Why would you do that to yourself? Have some respect for yourself. These pen things are like $2. Although, of course, if I say stuff like, I haven't gotten an RSI yet, I think that's when I'm gonna get one. The classic, are the arms the same length? Oh, Miles, he's running the dog race. This This is Pursuit from the second game. With Mr. Sebastian DeBest, who I will be calling Sebastian DeBest the entire time Barry plays it. All the other names are generally fine. All the other new names, they don't bother me that much. But yeah, he's going. All right, so now let's check his posture here. Now that we have it, his arms actually aren't long enough, but that's okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's him. There is him, all right. There he is, it's Turgle! We don't want him here, but he sure is here. Also, no, your arms are not the same length. Fuck! Alright, well, this one just needs to be longer, because it's already too short. Turgle. Please cooperate. Literally begging you. Absolute weirdo. This music is hyping me up, though. Oh yeah, this is the same thing but without the intro. Hell yeah, I love the guitar that they added to this. Okay, let's see if we can put a little bit of color on him before we go. So it's... yeah. Carmine Accidenti, you'll never guess what happens to him. Poor guy. Also, shout out to that game for making, like, an entire, like, arranged new versions of the normal, like, court themes. Pretty much like the ones from AA1 for one case. And then they go to Labyrinthia, and then all the music's different and new. Because they so did not need to do that. Also, like, making the entire English court, like, and a prosecutor, and but like, making all of this stuff that it's like, there's no way this is just used once. It's only used once. It's great. They went so hard for no reason, and like, the 3D looks so good. And it's the first time that I think either of the series had 3D. And like, yeah, the plot is like absolutely baloney, but it's a combination of Phoenix Wright and Layton nonsense. So of course it's gonna be ridiculous and makes no sense. And I'm like, you know what? I'm still here for that. Asking for particularly a Layton plot to make sense is asking too much, frankly. And I won't spoil it, but I do like that they essentially used the twists of the first 3 Layton games all in the same game for Layton v Ace Attorney. If you know, you know. It is not canon. Because for it to be canon would mean that a lot of things would have to be true. We don't particularly want to make some of that stuff actually canon. Yeah, if it was canon, particularly Professor Layton would be, like, in a weird spot. I was gonna say, but they haven't done a sequel, but they are gonna do a sequel. Because the next 3 after that were prequels, but New World of Steam would have to take into account, what happens... I guess they wouldn't have to, but it would be weird if they didn't acknowledge stuff that happened in Layton v Ace Attorney, if that was canon. I do want them to meet, yes. And it's just kind of a nice thing that they did, because Level 5 was inspired by Ace Attorney to make Layton. And Professor Layton himself is essentially a version of Phoenix with no flaws. Which is a decision, you know. I think that it's fine, the decision that they made to do that, but it also means that, like, Layton is largely a static character. He has some stuff, but for the most part, he, like, doesn't have flaws. He mostly has tragic backstory. They're like, let's take Phoenix and get rid of all of his, like, uncertainty and being dumb of ass. And you could argue that AA6, 5 and 6, Phoenix is Phoenix without any flaws, but I think he still has flaws. Here we go. This is a good one. They're all good, but this is my favorite Pursuit theme ever. Hell yeah. This is Pursuit from Investigations 1. Or is it Presto? Yeah, this is Presto. That's what I meant. Although the Pursuit from Investigations 1 is the meme one that's like salary cutting noises. Oh yeah, the piano on this arranged version just like absolutely goes insane. It's so good. Yeah, Barry's Layton is kind of dumb of ass. Which is which is good. Because otherwise Layton is just like, smile, I know everything. I do like Layton though. I played all the games. I think? No. I played them all through Miracle Mask, and then I'm like, Miracle Mask is boring, and then I didn't play Azran. Oh yeah, they can look so weird. But yeah, it's nice because the level 5 guys have used Ace Attorney as inspiration, and then they had this crossover. And then in AA6, Apollo says to Athena, every puzzle has an answer. Which is like a really cute little acknowledgement back. And it's like, hey, we like you guys too. I'm like, hell yeah! Very Jenna Marbles, hell yeah. Alright, now where's the back of you? Yeah, it's, I guess... Well, we'll just go over it. I'm just gonna basically make the whole head yellow, and then we'll go over it with green later. I know what happened. That small orphan original child did these puzzles. We'll figure it out. Proven. I actually probably should be waiting to do this part until... Actually, yeah, I am gonna wait to do that part. Because the green needs to go over it. And it also needs to do that on this part? That's annoying. Yeah, I guess we'll come back to the yellow then. Still enough, that's fine. Part of the yellow is like the skin, and then the yellow up here is spots on top of the green. Oh, here we go. Here's Pursuit. Try to blend these as best I can. We'll probably do more blending stuff a second stream of this. I'm gonna sort of worry about getting the colors down. The song is so good, you guys. It's just real good. Now, then they put like just wicked ass guitar solo in there for no reason. Like, yes, actually, thank you. I appreciate that. I feel like, you know, Lawyer Game is only still going because they went so hard. Because, like, Lawyer Game could have just been, like, a silly little thing on the DS. Well, Game Boy Advance. And we would have been like, ooh, don't you remember that fun little, like, Lawyer Game? But then they cared so much, and they put so much work into it. Into the characters. And then they, like, made the characters homoerotic by accident, probably, and then just leaned into it. From what I understand, they didn't intend to make Phoenix and Miles gay, but it just sort of turned out that way, and then they're like, you know what, you're right, actually. They are gay. And then they just kept up with it. Which is the same reason that Edgeworth is a Steel Samurai fan, because the spin-off manga made him a Steel Samurai fan. And then Fuchikumi or whoever is like, that's a good idea! And they just kept it. I can't tell if I'm hating making Turgle less because I'm not, like, making his weird body shape anymore, or if it's just because the good music's playing. The common issue of every character is male. There weren't really any female characters to be a romantic option, so accidental boyfriends happened. I think yes and no. I think yes, but, like, also they didn't need to write unnecessary feelings, you know? But they did. And that's just sort of how that happened. Yes, we'll listen to this one again. Because I think there are plenty of like, mostly male casts. Most sports anime comes to mind. Where it's like, no, there's not actually really anything there. But people latch onto it because there's, like, no other ships to be made. And I think that, like, Ace Attorney and Metal Gear both have, like, no, there's actually stuff going on. That and, like, JoJo. It's like, no, there's text. What do you mean he calls them daddy in the middle of court? See, that's what the leading into it is, like, they're like, yeah, no, you're right. They're gay. It's like, okay. Acting like an old married couple later in the series. There are so many things in Ace Attorney early on that they did not have to put there, and yet they did. And also, like, yeah, Maya's a kid, but, like, she was never a romantic interest anyway. They could have given the other characters romantic interests and didn't. Like, I absolutely, like, about lost my shit, parentheses negative, when Barry played AA3 and the topic of, like, Iris and Dahlia came up, and it's like, oh yeah, I dated Dahlia during college, and then everybody's like, see, he's not gay, and I, like, bisexual people exist, I will fucking kill you, and I'm just like, don't go there, and I'm, like, trying my best to not, like, be angry about it, but I was angry about it. Dahlia, so in AA3, the backstory, part of the backstory for Phoenix is that he used to date a girl in college named Dahlia Hawthorne, and she basically, like, threw him under the bus and was extremely shitty to him and, like, tied him up in a murder plot, and she's awful and we don't like her. But, and there's stuff with her and a bunch of other characters. But when people are like, he had a canonical female love interest, that means he cannot be attracted to men. I'm like, oh boy, you don't want me to go there, do you? This is so incredibly not my place right now, but I'm just gonna be mad. And I promise, like, I don't just only watch Barry and only talk about Barry. It's just that if I'm talking about Ace Attorney or Metal Gear, that tends to be something that gets brought up. What do you mean Miles chartered an international flight because Phoenix was in danger? What do you mean he came back to prosecuting like 3 different times and Phoenix came back to defending several times for the other person? Yeah, it's probably normal and heterosexual of them. Well, people are not static and they're also, like, allowed to be bisexual, you know? Bisexual erasure gets me real mad. Oh, okay. It's like, what is this from? This is from, like, a little mini album that I guess came with the, it came with the remastered versions? Like a compilation of objections? That's cool. Kinda sounds like Sonic music to me. I'm gonna finish this up and then we'll do that, I think. Get back to this later. I, for one, love bisexuals. I am one. And I think that it gets really, really annoying when people are like, you have to pick, or it can only be one or the other, or this fictional character cannot possibly be both. Phoenix is the most bisexual man who ever existed. Are you kidding me? He's got the dumb of ass part down. That's for sure. I think we may adjust this later. Sure. I was gonna say he looks weird right now. He just kind of looks weird in general. I don't think that's my doing, though. I just pull all of that off. I kind of... Oopsies. Okay. Ugh. Everything got everywhere. All right. That is where we will leave it. Here's Turgle for now. And here's Vivi. Here's Turgle. And here's Vivi. Tell the tone of my voice. They're holding hands, but they're not happy about it. Alright. Who shall we rate? Vivi. I also feel like this is just going to turn into, like, Wii Sports somehow. We have... I see Camisole Corzette. I see Dan Jones. There's GDQ. Anybody else going who I may not be following who's in the community? Otherwise, I'll just do Camisole Corzette. That'll be fun. Okay. Well, thank you all so much for coming. I will most likely see you on Saturday for more of this lad. Cammy is playing Claire Obscure Expedition 33. So, yeah. I will see you all later. Bye-bye.
Sharing that this man,
Oh,
the
new
man
friends?
who murdered our
For me?
team,
WireMouse,
is
thank you
your
for the
father.
raid. Welcome.
Family is not my favorite topic.
Dad. Welcome on in. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Zuckers, and I'm second to Captive Hag. I'm almost 40 years old. How are you? Were you making more cool needle point
Right,
things?
can we talk about this later?